morning, everyone. My name is Aaron Hallmark. I'm the founder of FAIT. Today, I'm going to describe how FAIT is uniquely positioned to revolutionize the $500 billion systems integration market by leveraging cutting-edge AI technology. So yesterday, I gave a bit of detail on my background and the problem statement that we're attempting to solve here. Today, I want to spend a bit more time talking about the solution and the team behind this. So in summary, I studied AI at Stanford University with the father of artificial intelligence, John McCarthy, and then I had a career in professional services for financial technology, where I helped integrate applications into customers' environments for close to 20 years. And that problem of integrating applications into an environment, it's essentially a problem of getting systems to speak the same languages. And we know that with human languages, they can be time-consuming, difficult to learn. We know that there are different dialects that are spoken, and we know that languages evolve over time. It's essentially exactly the same with systems. And today, that integration process of getting systems speaking the same languages, it's highly manual, it's time-consuming, and it's costly. It's not uncommon for a business to spend 5 to 10 times more on integrating the application than they do on the core application itself. Now, some of the projects get so large that firms practically stumble over one another just getting their internal systems speaking the same language as a new application. And it doesn't stop there. Once the application is live in production, then post-production ops changes can cost even more. I recall a story with a bank who was quoted 6 months and $250,000 by their systems integrator just to get 3 data fields from one system to another. So that's why I started FAIT. At FAIT, we're leveraging generative AI in order to automate the entire end-to-end automation, end-to-end integration process, starting with our flagship product, AI-driven data mapping, which speeds up that process of getting systems speaking each other's languages. It does that by automating the business analysis process of mapping data from source systems to target systems, speeding up the upfront mapping process from weeks to just minutes. But it doesn't stop at AI-driven data mapping. The system also provides an automated transform development that takes those mappings, converts them into executable code, a runtime environment that takes that code and deploys it into a real-time enabled cloud environment, and a test management platform that automates the generation and execution of the full end-to-end test suite. Now, firms who take FAIT will move from a highly manual process involving multiple large teams in a very time-consuming and inefficient process to a streamlined platform that automates each step in the process, from analysis and build to deployment and test. And once clients are in production with a new application, then our change management, which is also AI-assisted, can orchestrate post-production changes automatically across all the other components of the platform. Now, this is all supported by a user interface. Our mission here is to take that very complex problem and to make it easy to use for end users. So an end user could make this as simple as posting up a source sample data file from a system, a target spec, click a button for the AI to map it, and the AI will come back with an intuitive visualization of the mapping between systems. This is just a simple illustration. But once that mapping is done, the user actually has control as well on the actual logic of the mapping. So for example, they could interact with the AI via text or voice input, or they could make changes to the logic of the mapping directly from the user interface. And of course, the updates to the mapping logic will be reflected in the user interface. And that iterative process allows users to still be in control while the AI is doing the bulk of the heavy lifting within minutes instead of weeks. So what are the benefits of this platform? First of all, FAIT reduces those integration timelines from months to days, speeding up time to market for new business capabilities. It reduces costs by automating manual processes. It provides clear insight into the data flows, like I showed you before, which enhances decision-making and increases compliance. And one of the key benefits of the platform itself is it's being designed to work across multiple industrial sectors, not just financial services. So that really leads us to the market opportunity. Today, the global systems integration market is worth about $500 billion. It's forecast to grow to more than $1 trillion by 2030. And by automating that entire end-to-end integration process, FAIT is uniquely positioned to capture a significant portion of that market. And we have the team that can deliver on that opportunity. Myself, I have 20+ years in delivering enterprise technology into financial services institutions. My business partner, Corey, is a pioneer in AI, and he's already experienced delivering LLM-based Gen AI technologies into financial services. He also plays a pretty mean jazz saxophone as well. And again, at FAIT, we envision a world where AI-driven integration is transforming industries, where applications can be deployed in days, not months, and ultimately, where the entire process is made much simpler for our users, where integration becomes, again, not a bottleneck, but a competitive advantage. I invite you to join us in this journey, and thank you. I look forward to your questions.
Aaron, thank you very much.
Thanks for presenting again, Aaron. A couple of quick questions. The first is, where are you in the product development timeline right now? Is this ready? Is it deployed? That's question one. Question two, are you doing this on a full-time basis with your co-founder already, or are you guys waiting for capital to begin work on the company? And the third is, where's your first target geography? Are you going to focus on Singapore and Southeast Asia or other markets?
Okay, thank you. In terms of the product development, I mentioned yesterday that we'd be ready to provide sales demos by the end of this month and be production ready by the end of the year. So you can already see today I've introduced the working version of the sales demo. We're just about there to be able to demonstrate that to prospective clients and start taking sales. And again, I'm expecting to start that by the end of the month. Second question, where I am with my partner. I'm full-time on this. I exited S&P Global after my previous company's acquisition last year. Spent Q4 traveling and then launched this business in Q1 of this year. So I'm full-time. My partner, Corey, is coming on full-time. We have 3 other people who will be coming on full-time over the course of the next 2 to 3 months. And I think you also had a question around capital as well. At this point, we're bootstrapping the business. We're not going out for VC funding, Series A. That's not our primary focus. I think in the next 12 months, we'll be self-funded, but we're open to angel investments. We could consider taking up to $500,000 in angel investments for strategic investors. Series A VC funding, I expect that to come probably 12 to 15 months out. We can start self-funded with angels to get started with a viable business in the financial services market. But when we want to extend the business into other sectors, telecom, transport, healthcare, that becomes a more expensive endeavor for us, requiring more cash flow. And it's at that point where we expect to go for corporate funding. Last question was target market. So I think we're based here in Singapore. Both myself and my partner, our first employees will be based here. It's a natural place for us to start focusing on financial services throughout Asia Pacific. I have an experience with founding a business and making that a successful growth business in Asia before. Ultimately, we'd expand globally. I know that this solution is transferable to other sectors as well. Did that capture everything? Okay.
Yep. Actually, a bit of a follow-up to that one. So as you were probably validating this idea to start building the business and get some guidance on how to build the product, I imagine you've spoken to potential customers. Do you have a sense of how customers would view this, how you would sell it to them, which part of the organization you would need to go through in order to get some of those first dollars of revenue?
Yeah, that's a great question. My history with enterprise software is that you usually need a business sponsor that you're selling this to. A pure technology sell, if I were to go to, say, a CTO, is not always the most viable path. Sometimes it's viewed as a threat, frankly, to a technology organization. So typically in either banks or asset managers, we would approach a COO, someone who's responsible for operations, and it needs to be associated with some particular use case. Obviously, I've presented a pretty broad platform that's solving a huge system integration process. But our initial conversations that we've had with prospective clients would be using this platform to automate regulatory reporting and derivatives, automating portfolio management onboarding for asset managers, and also for insurance companies' M&A. Those are the first 3 use cases that we're looking to deploy.
Okay, Aaron, thank you very much.